Hi, this is Guy Arnold, author of Great or Poor and Sale Through Service. I'm talking today about NPS, the Net Promoter Score. And the reason I'm recording this video is because a client of mine last night is just introducing the Net Promoter Score and wanted me to help him make it actually work and provide great results for his business. This client is quite a major player in the business. They're a large high street bank. And they are just beginning to introduce it and learn how to get to grips with it. So here's a video about Net Promoter Score and how to actually make it work, because this is something I spent a lot of time on, and we deliver a lot of services in this area, training, coaching, and we do scores for many customers. We alter it and we call it the Great or Poor score because we believe that has much better results. But this video is about the Net Promoter Score. So what I'm going to tell you about is, as briefly as possible, because your time is valuable, is what it is, how it works, what the output is, what you do with the output, and how you can use it to continually improve, continually get better results. And it's not just a scoring system, it is a system to help your business continually grow. So first of all, what is it? Well, it's based on a fantastic piece of work, a book by Fred Reichheld called The Ultimate Question. Strongly recommend you look at on Google or Amazon and buy that, The Ultimate Question by Fred Reichheld. There's also quite a lot of videos on YouTube with Fred Reichheld and his partner, whose name escapes me at the moment, explaining a lot about it. Through a lot of research, they concluded that most customer satisfaction surveys don't work. They have very poor output. People don't respond to them. They ask all the wrong questions. The questions aren't customer focused, blah, 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 blah. And of course, that's all common sense. But they concluded that the ultimate question, the key question that will determine your business success, is the answer to this question, which is, would you recommend us to a friend or colleague or not? And that is about the customer putting their personal credibility at stake by recommending. So it's a very, very powerful question. Would you recommend us to a friend? Now that is scored on a scale of 1 to 10. 9 and 10 being people who we would call promoters. They are people who would promote you, would tell all their friends to come to you, would come back to you, would buy more from you, etc., etc., etc. These are the people you really want. 7 or 8 are what's called passives. These are people who neither love nor hate you. They won't be loyal to you. They will leave you when something better comes along. They're only staying with you while it suits them. You haven't wowed them. You've just about adequately satisfied their needs. They are passives. And then 6 or below is what's called detractors. These are the people who'll never use you again, and more than that, they'll tell all their friends not to do so as well. Now, of course, all of these particular ideas become more and more important in today's world of social media and networking, where customers can talk about you behind your back without your knowledge and tell the world how great or poor you are in an instant. So it's really critically important. And the point of Net Promoter Score is that if you ask them first and you do it in the right way, and I totally agree the Net Promoter Score is the right way because it's simple, though I do think it can be improved, then the customers will tell you when you're great, and you can then go back to them and encourage them to tell all their friends through systems and feedback and special offers and VIP clubs and all that sort of stuff. And if you're poor, they will tell you first and give you an opportunity to put it right, to stop them leaving and stop them ruining your reputation behind your back. And of course, if they are passive, then it gives you an opportunity to get them to become promoters before they leave you. So the idea is get very close to your customers, ask really simple questions, do it early before they slag you off or anything else behind your back. And the closer you get to your customers in today's customer-empowered world, the more successful you'll be, provided that you take the right actions from it. And of course, unfortunately, one of the big problems with the Net Promoter Score is it's so simple that people think, oh, this is really simple, we can do this. And unfortunately, they get it hideously wrong. They don't take the right actions from it, and it becomes just another score in their business that has no effect, no output, and actually just pisses people off. So what is the output? Well, you're going to have 3 outputs. People who think you're great, people who think you're okay, but would go to someone else if there's someone else better around, and people who think you're dreadful, or people who think you're poor, in my words, great or poor. So what do you do with each of those? Well, simply, let's go from the bottom 5. The people who think you're poor, the first thing you do is react. You get someone from the business, someone senior from the business, to call them very quickly. Say, we've got your feedback. and tell me more about it, because we want to get it right with you. So reaction time for the detractors is utterly critical. Okay, if you leave it for more than probably 24, at the very outside 48 hours, you are making the situation worse, because you've asked the customer, what do you think of us? They've told you you're dreadful, and you've done nothing about it. So what message does that subconsciously give the customer? So it's very important to use this properly. You have to go back to the detractors very, very quickly, and apologise, put it right, go into customer recovery mode. Okay. And of course, the other output from the detractors is you learn lots of things about your business that are going wrong, and you need to put them right systematically. We'll talk about that in a minute. With the passives is the next group. The passives, they are the people who you need to get closer to. You need to turn them into promoters. So again, you can contact them. It doesn't have to be so quick. It can be within a week, or at the a week really. 2 weeks is too long. A week to say, look, understand, we got your feedback. So that's very helpful. Thanks very much. We're not doing as well as we'd like to. What can we do better? How can we put it right? So you proactively go back to them, and you build your relationship with them. And just proactively going back to them will help the relationship, and will build it. The other thing, of course, the passives will tell you is a whole lot of information about things you do quite well and things you do quite badly. So it's the sort of, we need to do this, but it's not urgent. It's the longer term planning stuff where they'll probably give you the information to. And then, of course, you've got the promoters. Now, the promoters, what are you going to do with the promoters? Are you going to just sit back and go, hey, that's great, we've got some promoters? No, you're not. First of all, you're going to do is you're going to phone them quickly and say, thank you. Thanks for your feedback. We're really glad we got it right. What can we do next? We would suggest very much using a third party for this, because this can become quite awkward. But with your promoters, what you want to do with your promoters is you want to systematically engage closely, more and more closely with them, to build your business, to repeat sales, cross sales, upsells and referrals. You need to perhaps join them to a VIP club, perhaps join them to a proper customer feedback club or whatever, but get closer to them so they naturally want to buy more from you, so you naturally understand what their needs are and offer them the right sort of things. You give them the best deals in your business, not the new customers. Banks and insurance societies, please wake up here. Don't give your best deals to your new customers, give your best deals to your promoters, because they are the people who already want to do more business with you and want to talk about you to their friends. So you give them the best deals. You also allow them to introduce these great deals to one or two of their friends only. Make it exclusive. Don't blam it out there like a shotgun. Make it exclusive. Otherwise, it has no value. So you use them to build your business through recommendations and referrals, but you do it systematically and not by luck. And as I say, I do recommend using a third party for that. Of course, my business does that for businesses. The reason I recommend using a third party is a third party can ask for all these recommendations and referrals without feeling embarrassed and without feeling awkward and without any issue on the relationship. So we do this for a lot of clients. We build businesses for them. Indeed, perfect example, this is an accountant we work for in the Southwest, who are building their business, and their business is growing about 30 to 40% per year through recommendation and referral alone generated by us. So simple example for you, and of course, our fees are absolutely nothing compared to the extra business they're getting from it. So what do you do then? You've got your score, you've reacted to it positively, you've started to build your promoters, you've got all the data. Well, the next thing you have to do is you have to systemize it. You have to put a system in place that gets the score out there to the right people very, very quickly. There's no point having the score coming a month later. It's got to come within 24 hours. What are these people saying? And then a weekly summary, then a monthly summary, by individual, by team. And you've got to be targeting these teams to improve continually. This is a process we would call go the extra inch. But before I get into that, just make sure that you systemize this. You get the score out there to people. There is a really clear scoreboard, a bit like a car dashboard. Here I'm sitting in my car in a car park, a bit like a car dashboard. If you're trying to drive your car without any speedometer or any fuel gauge, you're not going to get very far. It's not going to work. You're going to break the law or whatever. You've got to have a dashboard in your business, and the key score has got to be your customer loyalty score, which is what I would call it. And use that systematically in your business. So how do you use it? What we would suggest you do is you put a process in place called the Go the Extra Inch process. Now, you need to look at my literature for this. I've got other videos on this called the Go the Extra Inch process. It's a weekly, very short, high impact team process to get each member of the team focused on improving one thing each week by 1 inch. Okay, because by the inch it's a cinch and by the yard it's hard. Most businesses try and change things and improve things far too quickly and far too great leaps and bounds. It's by the inch that you do it. Inch by inch, each person, each week, a continual system of ongoing development and progress. It's what the Japanese call Kaizen. It's why Japanese cars are built so well and don't fall to pieces, because they are improved inch by inch and waste is eliminated inch by inch. And this is exactly what the process we would suggest you use with the output of these type of scores, Net Promoter Score, or indeed the Great or Poor Score, which is the one I would suggest. That is it. One more thing before I finish. Please do contact us. We've got loads of videos and free information about all this sort of material. My book's available on Amazon. Have a look at the reviews before you buy it. Don't trust what I say. As you can see, I'm inherently untrustworthy. But have a look at the reviews from other people who've read it. Great or Poor and Sales Through Service. One more thing, critically important. When you do your Net Promoter Score, you have to do it by phone. Please, I've seen lots and lots of people saying do it by email or MailChimp or SurveyMonkey or all this sort of stuff. Yeah, that's really easy to do. It's cheap and easy, but it gets crap results. Okay, it gets crap results because most people don't respond to it, and the only people who respond to it are the people who've got time on their hands or a particular grudge. And actually, most people see it as just a chore. Oh, bloody hell, they've sent me a survey by email now. They can't even be bothered to phone me. So phone them. It's simple, it's quick, it's easy. And again, I would suggest you using a third party for this. Third parties do it much, much better than you will ever do it. They'll make sure it happens. They'll do it systematically. They won't try and solve the problems. They'll just listen to the customer. They'll gather all the information you need. There are other questions I would suggest you ask alongside the Net Promoter Score, but not lots. Don't ask lots. We suggest we go for a maximum of 4. So have a look at my thing, the Great or Poor Score, which helps people understand this and why 4 is the maximum number possible. The last question is one which I call the ultimate sales and marketing question, which is what builds your business. Because the other thing to remember is that it's great to collect customer information. It's great to collect data. It's really, really important, and that's great. But it's what you do with it that matters. Do you use it to improve, and do you use it to build sales? Do you use it to build cross sales, referrals, upsales, repeat sales, and to systematically stop your customers from leaving you? Because if you don't use it for that, you're only using it for a tiny proportion of what it can be used for. So it is a great way of building sales, both short-term and long-term, as well as managing your customer experience. So for more information on how to do that really well, and please remember, most people get it wrong. It really is not a simple thing. It looks simple, but like anything else, it's got to be done right. If you don't do it right, you're going to waste all the input, you're going to waste your money, and it's not going to happen for you. So please, by all means, contact us. Ask us to send you free information. We'd, of course, be delighted to work with you. But I hope this video has been of help and helped to add value to the Net Promoter Score understanding in your business. Thank you. Bye-bye.